Hey everyone.
You're doing so good.
I know. Hey everyone, we are High Society. I'm Cam.
I'm Dan.
It's not really, it's a prank. I'm Danny.
I'm Cam.
That is Cam. Oh, you're Cam now, are we?
Mm.
Right. It was Cameron last video.
No.
So today we're going to be talking about, we're going to pick 3 albums each that have kind of inspired us in the last year, 18 months or so, whether that be in our writing, just as musicians, or just that we've kind of had on repeat. Albums can be kind of as old as we want.
Mm.
It's not that they were released in the last 18 months, just that we've had on repeat in that kind of time. Cool.
Mm.
Yeah, so you go first.
Okay. One big one for me recently was Sauna by Wolfpack.
Because we are a funk band.
I love Wolfpack.
I know you do.
And I think for that, in general, like the musicianship across the album is just like fantastic.
Oh, they're second to none, man.
If
They're
you-
so good.
If you like sit through a track or whatever and you're like, right, I'm just gonna listen to the guitar on this track, and it's like, Jesus Christ, like
It's Corey Wong in Wolfpack.
yeah.
Mate, they're just locked in, all of them. They're
It's
so
it's
good.
bananas, and like my favourite bass player's in there, Joe Dart. He just does what he wants and gets away with
Takes
it.
no prisoners.
That's what I'm saying. And yeah, man. And that album heavily features Antoine Stanley, who's just an insane singer, and it's got groove everywhere. I love groove.
Grooves like a mofo.
That's what I'm saying. And it's just like a really nice, happy album. And I think for me, it was like oh my goody gosh, people can be that good at their instruments, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Why can't I do that? You know, and like across that album, like the drumming isn't particularly like insane.
It's
Like,
a pocket, isn't it?
yeah, that's all it is.
Mate.
It's just 4 to the floor, and it's all it needs, and
When I go
everything
see
else.
like a band and there's like a drummer just locked in all night, like,
Perfect.
mate, do you know who's like that? Josh Gilligan is like that.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
went to see
is.
Grey Soul a little while ago. Excuse me. And he was just locked in all night, man. Like,
Yeah,
literally
man.
just pocket, like eyes closed
Crushes
all night,
that
man.
stuff, yeah.
I love watching musician eyes closed the whole gig.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, man, they're in the zone.
Mhm.
So sick.
Yeah, I think
Love
that's
it.
like it's a very cliche like musician thing to say, but I would take that over a 24-hour drum solo or
Yeah,
whatever.
no, me too, man. Me too. Yeah. It's like that's one thing I kind of wish sometimes, like, because when it's a rock show, you've got to be like, yeah. You've got to get the crowd going. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I love just being able to sit there and like eyes closed,
Yeah, I
mouth
think
open, just completely immersed. You know
I think
what I mean?
like for us, I think Stray is that song for me.
Really,
because
that's sick.
for me like it is quite groovy,
Yeah.
like quite funky in
Yeah.
terms of like the drum parts.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think it's quite heavy on the
I
right
love
hand.
the drum part in that song.
Thank you. It's quite heavy on the right hand, so for me that's a sit back and just enjoy it. I think that's my favourite song to play in the set.
What's mine? I think. I like Stray as well.
Yeah?
That, and do you know what is a bit of a like, can kind of really milk the performance bit.
Mm.
Burn Live.
Oh,
I love that we can take it like super, super whisper quiet for the verses, and then it's like bosh
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the for the choruses.
Yeah, I agree.
I love doing that.
I agree.
Nick that from Biffy Clyro. They said that in like, back in Deer, when they used to come on stage, they used to like play as quietly as possible for their first song, and then like Biffy Clyro,
Just like that.
Just like that.
What's with the Big Bear?
It's more just being like loud dynamic. That's
Yeah,
how I
yeah.
express that.
But yeah, like that album is just full of groove, full of pocket, and it's just really nice to listen to, really satisfying.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, man. What's your first one?
First one for me is Rouge Carpet Disaster by Static Dress, which I've banged on about to everyone for the last 18. Like, I saw them at Outbreak Fest in 2022, and I've not stopped talking about it since.
Mm.
Yeah, like I don't care. They've
Yeah.
literally become one of my favourite bands.
If it came to the point where I had to listen to the album just to shut you up. Yes, I like Sweet. Can we move on now?
It's just really good. The thing, one of my favourite things about it was that like there was a couple of songs I really, really liked off the bat, but then some of it I was a bit like, and I had to like digest it, which I haven't had that for an album in so long.
Yeah.
Like because you get to with a lot of rock music, you know, your ear gets to a point where you can hear what's going on quite quickly. But like there's loads of like really like abrasive like sections in it, and the whole album's a story as well, which is super interesting. And like, you know, remember when you were a teenager and you used to like invest into everything a band did.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like there's any of that anymore. Like, where social media, everything's so like flash in the pan.
Here
like
and now,
everything's
yeah.
like we were talking on the way here about people's reaction to Blinding Faith when it came out. We were like, oh, remember how people reacted to that? That was 2 months ago. Or like something not long ago.
I was gonna say,
it wasn't long ago it came out at all, and we're always like, and we're already like, oh yeah, that's been and gone.
when did we see him? Because it was
March, I want to say.
it came out just before then, I think.
So right, so what's it now? August?
Sure. Carry the one.
That's 5 months. So like that song came out 5 months ago. We're like, oh, remember when that happened? Like, but I feel like back in the day, like that, like people used to be hyped on one song for like, or like, oh man, still listening to that song that came out.
Yeah, very
Right,
true.
like
You've kept on about this album for far
2
longer than
years.
anyone else.
I know. And it came out in 2022. No one cares anymore. They've got new music out. I'm still on Rich Carpenter stuff. So I don't care. Yeah, it's really cool. There's like, I think a lot of the harmony in that has really influenced me. Just guitar chords and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of janky chords in there.
A lot of janky chords. It's really cool. And there's a song called Push Rope, which is pretty much the same chords as Everlong, but you would never compare the two. But it's just really funny.
Yeah, I remember you finding that out, and
Oh my god, it's Everlong.
yeah,
It's like literally the same.
that is quite funny. That's
It's
quite
jokes.
funny. So the next one I think we're in agreement for was oh god, what's it called? Wait, don't go before you're oh god, what's it called?
You won't go before you're supposed to.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Great album.
So we've got a funny story about this one.
Oh yeah.
So long story. Well, for context, Danny and I, Danny works with another guy called Johnny, and they do like an acoustic duo together, and they do the pub circuit around where we live. And it's all well and good, it's all great, but the other guy, Johnny, basically calls in sick, and he says, "Oh, can you guys cover for me?" And we're like, "Yeah, we can do that." Bearing in mind, I don't really play guitar or sing, so within the space of 3 days, was it? We had to like
30 songs.
We had to learn. I had to learn pretty much 30 songs, apart from the ones I still knew from my childhood. So we had to, we were in here for 3 days in a row, like just mashing out these 30 songs.
Yeah, man, it was graft.
And we did it. It came through somehow.
It was the night of the Northern Lights in the UK, wasn't it?
Yes,
We
and
missed
we
the
missed
Northern
it.
Lights
and we missed it.
because we were doing a
Too busy
bloody
rocking.
pub gig. That right? It was also during. Wasn't it like the Euro? No, it wasn't. It was during some sort of big event
Sport
or
thing.
nice day out or something. So they put everyone from the pub in the garden, and there was like 3 people inside.
And we got paid. I don't care.
Yeah, me too. But it would have been nice to have someone
Yeah.
to play to.
Yeah.
Because then people come to the bar. We were playing Sweet Caroline. Where was that energy for 2 hours?
Yeah. So anyway, we broke our backs preparing for this gig, and then the one thing that got us through it, like those 3 days, and that the gig itself, was that album was coming out at midnight, and I remember like, lugging everything back into the car, all the PA and all the
It's a
guitars
proper
and stuff.
like, old school PA as well.
Yeah,
like the
so
black felt outside
trying
covered
to
ones.
fit it in my little Ford Fiesta. It all crowns in, and we pretty much shut both of our doors at midnight. We're like, oh my god, Knock Loose is out now. and then like got it on straight away, and the whole way home I was driving as slowly as possible just so we can consume as much of the album as we could.
The whole way home, it's just so brutal.
It was just, and honestly that took me from like there to there.
Oh mate,
and it was
so,
at
so good.
midnight in the morning, and I was just absolutely pumped.
Yeah, literally at the end of the hour I was like, wow,
Yeah.
let's do that again.
yeah. But yeah, I'm still listening to it. I haven't really
Yeah.
stopped listening to Blinding Faith or Suffocate
Yeah.
or Don't Reach for Me. Like,
Weirdly, I haven't listened to as much hardcore stuff lately. I haven't
Oh,
listened
really?
to as much like brutality. I think
hardcore out.
after Outbreak, yeah, a little
Mm.
bit. Like we
Mm.
went to Outbreak Fest this year, and it was like it's amazing. It's such a well put on festival.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
after 2 solid days of being beaten the shit out of, you're a bit like, I've had enough now.
I'd like some ABBA on the way home, please.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember seeing American football in the lineup and then someone telling me about it. I was like,
Eh?
right, really? Like,
Yeah.
And then when it came on, I was like, this is lovely.
This is perfect.
There's
This is
melody in
exactly what I
this.
needed. I don't care if it's in 9/4. This is exactly what I want.
Yeah, because my cousin went as well, and we were sitting, and Cam's obviously very, very good drummer, and his sense of rhythm's great. So we'd be sitting there watching them, and we'd both look at Cam and be like, hang on a minute, I'm counting. To 9.
Yeah. I think, what was George's friend called? I can't remember.
Cody?
Yeah. Because he plays drums as well. And
Does he?
Yeah.
No, Cody don't play drums.
Not Cody. The one with the long hair. Him.
The
and
absolutely built one.
Yeah, no.
He was built like a brick
The one
shit
in
house,
George's
though, wasn't he?
band. Forget it.
Glasses.
No, the one with the girlfriend.
Oh! I don't know what his name is.
Brilliant. Glad we came to that
It's
conclusion.
the only one of them with a girlfriend.
So he's a drummer as well. And he was
a nice
like,
guy, actually.
he was like 5. I was like 7.
Good try, bucko.
Better luck next time, buddy.
But let's come out of a champ.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed American football at the end.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
It was really nice. But yeah,
Half, man, yeah.
Knock Loose. And then when we went to go see him back in March or whenever it was,
Yeah.
that was bananas.
Oh, mate, brutal. It's so cool that a band that heavy is coming through like they are. Like they played like Lollapalooza, and like the reaction to Suffocate and Blinding Faith has been so sick. And the fact Poppy's on it as
Yeah,
well.
I know, man.
And it's just like, yeah.
I remember when, that's what we were saying, when they played Blinding Faith when we went to see them, and it just come out, and they're like, God.
It's like, good lord.
Heavens. And I remember, because we got separated pretty quick,
Yeah.
didn't we? And
See you at the end.
yeah, and it's like, I'm doing my thing. I'm getting
Yeah.
in the pits, and like just when you're like, right, I'm tapping out. I'm going to the edge for a bit. I've had enough for a sec.
Yeah.
Just at that moment,
Get.
no, I got clarted square in the nose.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, you literally, it was here, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like the
right,
bridge,
the
of your
my
nose was like swollen for days.
Yeah. And I spent the remainder of the gig like trying to have a good time, but just being like, bleeding.
Yeah.
Am I good?
Oh, yeah, you did get clarted. to be
Yeah, big
fair.
time.
I,
Hilarious.
It was funny looking back. I was going to say something else. It's funny, isn't it, when you go to hardcore gigs, because like, I think we went to see Pierce the Veil last year as well.
Yeah.
And like you're surrounded by people yay high, and
Mm.
you go in a pit and they pretty much like bounce off of you.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I went to see Pierce the Veil again this year. Someone ran up to me and tried to run into me. I'm not a big man. Like I'm built like a stick insect. Like I'm not a muscular boy. But like someone ran into me and just like literally like bounced off of me. I was like, come on, mate. But then but then you go to a Knock Loose show or a hardcore. I went to see Parkway Drive when I was 17.
You
right?
start over there and you end up over there.
I'm not even joking, right? At Parkway, I went to see them at Brixton Academy. I was 17 and I was like skinny when I was that age. And like, I remember like running into people and I was that person that would just flail off of people. Like, you see big boys at hardcore shows.
Oh, yeah, man.
And then like, the pit for Harm's Way at Outbreak, I
my
was like,
God.
you going in, I was like, not a chance. No way.
That was silly, wasn't it?
Yeah,
So
man.
if you don't know Harm's Way, just look up Harm's Way Running Man and you'll know exactly who he is.
Hilarious.
Absolute, just
Man mountain.
man mountain. Honestly, there's no other way to describe him.
Neck's like,
Yeah,
big.
and just the most brutal
Yeah.
stuff you've ever heard in your life.
They
And
were sick,
everyone
to be fair. They were really good.
and everyone knows that as they turn up into the arena. And it's like before they're even on, this pit has formed, and it's like we were both standing at the barrow. We kind of turned around and go like, "Oh God!"
Yeah. that was. I actually was frightened. Like I've been to a lot of heavy shows, but I was actually frightened.
It's just when
before
everyone at the
Harm's Way.
front row of that pit was like big, meaty, and
Claws.
like, wearing like a battle jacket that's been worn in 15 plus years, been washed in 15 plus years.
Oh mate, I said this to you before, but like the first time I went to Outbreak, I went to the Basement, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna go see Basement and Citizen," and then I was walking up to the festival, and I was like, "There's a lot of squiggly logos about," and like I didn't realise like the broad spectrum that is hardcore, and I just did not realise, and I was like, "Oh yeah,
But yeah, Knock Loose, good time.
yeah, man, big fan, love Knock Loose."
What was your next one?
Oh,
Last one, technically.
yes, my last one is Promise Everything, My Basement.
Mm. Is that the one with Aquasun on it?
It is the one back with on it,
I
and
like
the feel that
Aquasun.
you love.
Mm.
Yeah, I think mostly like the chords and stuff in that album is what inspired me. It's just like I've not learned a lot of them to play exactly, but I think just the sounds of it and them kind of shapes for chords and stuff is what really opened my ear to the stuff that I've been writing a lot more.
Yeah.
Like stuff like Aquasun, For You the Moon.
Must love this album.
Yeah. you wouldn't think I've had it on repeat for literally 2 years. Yeah, it's just sick, man. I love all the harmony in it, and the melodies on top of it as well are just so good. Yeah, man, just love it. Aquasun, literally, when I got into it, was on repeat for weeks.
Yeah, I mean, when you showed it to me, I just can't help it. Like, you know, I can't help to sing the harmony. I can't help to sing to it.
I didn't realise everyone had that reaction to it when it came out. I remember reading the news article from when it came out. It was like, have you stopped listening to Aquasun yet? Neither have we.
Yeah, it's like that. It really
it's like, it
gets you in a chokehold, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. It's just, I love Basement. Like, there's like bands that are like was seminal bands in my life that really like changed my like whole sphere of what I was doing, and Basement of like the latest one for me.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, sick.
My last one, which is probably no surprise to you, is Dealt with Sleep. Yeah, Twin Galaxies.
Lame. No, joking.
Wrong. So, obviously, being a drummer, I have to listen to the most pretentious mathematic rhythmic music I can find, and Dealt with Sleep, I think, is that.
Tickling your pickle for that.
Yeah. And I think for me, like, not only do I like love listening to it because I love that kind of stuff, but like actually sitting down and actively listening and like trying to play along to stuff, and I think it's becoming a goal of mine to be able to play the whole album.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I'm getting there. I'm getting there
Yeah.
slowly, and it's just become like a really intense mission for myself.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
And it like motivates me to practice and stuff. Not that I'd ever like kind of put that sort of like thing into our music at all, because it's obviously not right. It's not appropriate. However, I will get a song in 9 on our set list. You better believe it.
It's cool just to be able to like exercise that muscle, though, isn't it? Like we were saying earlier, like to listen to something and not know what's going on straight away makes you think. It's like,
yeah,
gets you excited about it again.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I remember like when it comes on now, as opposed to when I first listened to it, I can count along. I know what the time signature is. I know what's going on.
Yeah,
exactly. You know, and I really enjoy that.
Yeah, me too. Because it's like I think maybe part of it is like, remember that feeling of when you first started to work out stuff that was going on in music. You're like, Like, I think it's a bit of that again. You know, it's such a feeling of like fulfillment.
I think it's really sharpened my ear for things as well.
For sure, yeah.
And yeah, it's just great to actively learn something, because drums you can get away with learning most things by ear. You know, because play the beat, 16 bars, sweet. But with this, it's not. It's
false,
not like that.
False chorus, is it? Okay.
Got me there.
The hi-hat back up, I will.
But yeah, and that's been a really cool thing for me to do. I'm really enjoying it. But yeah.
Cool. Got any honourable mentions?
Oh, what did you say earlier? You said Deftones.
Deftones for me, like not one album in particular, but like stuff like Sex Tape, is it Cherry Waves?
Knife Party.
Yeah, Knife Party.
You love Knife Party.
Love Knife Party. Get your ass. Be Quiet and Drive.
Yeah.
Is it Cherry? It is Cherry Waves. Yeah. Yeah. I love the vibe of them.
Yeah.
And I think, again, it's so cool that a band of that kind of ilk is captured the focus of everyone.
When were they first like doing bits?
Late 90s.
Really?
Like, mid to late 90s. Yeah, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like they've been going like best part of 30 years now.
Oh damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think first album came out in mid 90s. I don't know. I think Around the Fur was it 97, 98?
I'm asking you the question.
I don't know.
Okay.
Might be 99. The first album might be 97, then Around the Fur might have been 99.
Because what did you make me listen to? Around the Fur and the other one, White Pony?
Yeah, not White Pony.
And I remember
that's 2000.
I first listened to him and I was like, I want to get it.
I wasn't bowled over either first time I listened to it.
I want to like it because it's ticking all the boxes, but for some reason it's just not working on me.
Yeah.
But I think like the more I listen to it and the more something comes on, I'm like, yeah, go on then.
Yeah, for sure. I love them. I think they're really cool as musicians as well, because they just do their thing, and it's undeniably Deftones. Like, it's got hip hop elements to it. It's got shoegaze elements to it. It's got metal elements to it. It's got beautiful melodies over it, and it's just cool.
Yeah,
just cool.
Ticks
man.
a lot of boxes.
Yeah, it's just really cool. What about you?
I think I'm in agreement with you for Deftones. I mean, I like my girly pop, so Carly Rae Jepsen, all that fun stuff. Dua Lipa. Who else have we listened to lately? That one Miley Cyrus album.
Which one? What Bangers?
No.
Oh, yeah, me either.
The pink one.
Oh, of Angels Like You on it.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, do you know what?
I
I had
can't-
Angels Like You on the other day. I was like, oh yeah,
Big tune.
yeah, man, yeah.
But yeah, I like all that kind of
Do you know what's
stuff.
been on repeat for me for the last 2 weeks? Like a Prayer.
Oh yeah.
Ever since I went to see Deadpool and Wolverine, mate, it's the soundtrack to my holiday. Honestly,
yeah.
I was just like, life is. Oh mate, it's just been on repeat for 2 weeks. It's been so good.
Oh, and Charlie XCX. I've been listening to a lot of lately.
I haven't checked it out yet. Is it good?
Oh mate,
Are you having your brat summer?
I am Brat.
What else am I listening to? Oh, do you know what? We've said about this a lot recently, but Kings of Leon.
Oh
Back-
yeah.
Back on Kings of Leon again, big time. Like every time I get bored of everything else, go back to Kings. Only by the night.
Don't mind if I do.
I defer to find a shit bar on that album, let
Yes.
alone song,
Yeah. No,
let alone beat.
Yeah.
it's just
No, I'm so with you on that. To be fair.
Manhattan. Oh,
It was raining today, and I was driving along, and Arizona came on, and I was like, "This is
that's
perfect."
not even on Only by the Night.
No, I
That's
know.
on-
I'm just saying.
yeah.
Like, in general, Kings of Leon. I was like, "Yeah, this is perfect. I'll have that."
It is, man. It's just exactly what it needs to be.
Mm.
I like songs. I think that's the point I'm going to. I just like good songs, like The Strokes as well. Killers. Oh, do you know what? Yeah, doing Mr. Brightside for these covers gigs made me realise how good that song actually is.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Coming out of my cage.
remained in the charts ever since it came out.
Has it?
I think so.
I think I might have told you that actually.
No, you didn't.
I did.
But there's a reason for it, because every white
Yeah.
guy's popping their pussy to it. So there you go.
Well, thank you very much for watching. I've been Danny.
I still can.
That's where I know you're from. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe.